DnDont, a series dedicated to what not to do when you're playing D&D. DnDont Murder Hobo. You know how you spend 100 hours prepping for a new D&D campaign and some player characters just don't care and would rather destroy all your hard work by killing everyone they meet? Well, we can call players like that murder hobos, and this is one of those stories. A few years ago, I was hanging out with a couple of my friends and two of their friends for a new campaign they wanted to try out. They decided they wanted to play my most difficult starting settings using my most difficult 3.5 homebrew rules, where everyone's damage went up and health went down. Mind you, no one had ever completed the intro to this campaign, and they decided to make it harder. I asked them, "Are you absolutely sure you want to play like this?"
"Yeah, it'll be fine."
"Okay, but you're gonna have to be really careful about what decisions you make, or you're probably gonna die."
"Shh, we're always careful. Don't worry about it."
So that was that, and they rolled up some characters. Sparky decided he was gonna play a sorcerer with white hair. Big J settled for a fighter, and Little J decided he was going to play a ranger. It was Zaz who made the most suspicious character of the group. He's a very experienced player who knows how to take advantage of every aspect of the game when he wants to. Realizing we were playing on a hardcore mode, he did just that. He created what I thought was going to be the bane of my existence. He literally chose a crazy hobo halfling rogue who had nothing but a sling, a loincloth, and an empty bottle of wine. Of course, being a halfling rogue gave him huge bonuses to sneaking and hiding, but that wasn't what I was worried about. It turns out that halflings are great at throwing rocks, and the bonuses that they get for throwing them also works with slings, so he could hit anything. With the increase in damage and reduction to HP, he was basically guaranteed to knock out anyone he attacked, and he had infinite ammo because rocks are everywhere. Zaz called him King of the Hobos. At this point, I basically knew where this was going. Zaz was obviously playing a power gaming murder hobo. I mean, his character was a literal hobo built for death. I wasn't very happy, but he followed all the rules that I gave him, so I had to let it fly. They started the campaign waking up on the back of a carriage with their hands bound. Yeah, I know. Super original, right? I expected for them to at least let me get them to the starting area, but Zaz was already up to no good. You see, he had also dumped a bunch of skill points into Escape Artist, which I hadn't noticed until he asked to roll for it, and of course he escaped, snuck away, and hid from the soldiers with ease. At this point, it looked like my suspicions were becoming a reality. King of the Hobos decides to follow the cart, and eventually they arrive at Castile de la Roche. He slipped past the guards at the gate unnoticed, because of course he did, and then hid behind some crates and was nearly invisible, because of course he was. The three other players were lined up at the castle courtyard where the drill sergeant cut their binds and began to talk to them about the glory of defending Gallia from the onslaught of the demon orcs. Except they never got that far.
"I attempt to rip the drill sergeant's face off."
"Yeah, you could— wait, what?" "And I try to kick him in the nuts." "Wait, you guys know you're surrounded by guards, right?" I cast magic missile on one of the guards." "Are you sure you want to do this?"
"Yeah, it'll be fine."
"Okay, roll for your attacks, I guess." "Zaz, what do you do?" "I do nothing." The three others actually end up doing pretty well for themselves on their surprise attack. All of them hit, and they killed the sergeant. Then it was the guards' turn. I didn't even have to roll for all the guards before all three players were dead. Meanwhile, King of the Hobos is still hiding behind the crates and is perfectly safe. So it turns out Zaz wasn't the murder hobo. Everyone else was, and they all died, and the game was ruined. And that's why you shouldn't murder hobo in a D&D campaign.